Hi guys, I'm Adrienne. Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can create your own training program that's going to be specifically for you to get you ready to run a race. So if you're signing up for either a 5k, 10k, half marathon or a marathon, this is going to show you how to create a program to train and make sure that you're ready for race day. Okay, so grab a pen and paper, make sure you jot down some notes and let's get going. So the first thing that you need to do, as obvious as it might sound, is find a race that you want to do and sign up. Once you sign up, once you make that commitment, you're gonna completely change the way you feel about training, you're gonna feel more motivated. So yeah, find a race, don't put it off, sign up today. You might be kind of watching this video and you've been tempted to sign up to a run before, but you think, oh, I'm not sure if I could do it. You can definitely do it, you just have to train. So once you've signed up to your race, find out exactly when the race is, grab your calendar, work out how many weeks you have from now until then so that you can work out how long you have to train. Okay, step 2, after you've figured out how long you have to train, you need to figure out realistically how much time you can commit to training. So some race programs that I've looked at before suggest maybe 4-5 times running a week, and I just can't commit to that. So for me, I have chosen 3 runs a week. I'm going to run Sundays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So think about your own diary, your own schedule, your own life commitments, and think how many times a week you can realistically train. Don't write down 5 times if you're not going to be able to commit to that, and then you're going to feel overwhelmed and straight away feel like you're failing at your program because it's just too much. So I'm going to break it down into my 3 weekly runs. My Sunday is going to be my long run. So Sunday morning, I know that I have time, I can go for a longer run. So Sunday morning, each week is going to be my long run. And I'm going to try and up the time as opposed to the miles. So I'm focusing on minutes instead of focusing on miles. So for example, my first week, Sunday, will be 25-minute run. The following Sunday, it will be 35-minute run. Next Sunday, 40 minutes, 45, 50, and building it up like that. So by the time I get to week 8 or week 9, I'm comfortably able to run for over an hour. So the long run pace is kind of like an easy-ish pace. So when I talk about pace, I usually use a scale of 1 to 10. So 10 is like working to your max, like literally sprinting. 1 would be walking really slowly. So for example, my long run on a Sunday is going to be about a 6. So you're running at a pace that feels comfortable, you could chat, you could have a conversation, you're not too out of breath. So that's the pace that you want to be running at for your long run. And just don't focus too much to start with on how many miles you're doing. Just focus on increasing the time that you're able to run. So you're running for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, so that you know that by the time it gets to race day, you can comfortably run for a long period of time. Obviously, if you're doing a shorter run, if you're doing a 5k run, if you're a complete beginner, that's absolutely fine. Maybe start with a much shorter goal. So you could maybe run for 2 minutes, walk for a minute, run for 2 minutes, walk for a minute, and then build that up so that you can run for 5 minutes, so you can run for 10 minutes. So my second run of the week is on a Tuesday, and that is going to be my tempo run. So if you're not into running and you're like, tempo run, what is she talking about? Basically, a tempo run is designed to help work on your speed. So my tempo run is going to be 4 miles. The first mile of my run is kind of the easy pace. So I'm working at like a 6. And then miles 2 and 3 is a much faster pace. So I'm going to kind of push myself. I'm working at like an 8 or a 9, probably like a minute, maybe about a minute faster per mile than the first mile. So yeah, miles 2 and 3, working at a much harder pace, really pushing myself, working on my endurance, working on my speed. And then the 4th mile is slower. It's like a recovery mile. I'm going to slow the pace back down. And yeah, that's my Tuesday run. I'm going to try and do a tempo run each week, because tempo runs are really good for increasing your stamina, increasing your overall speed, and just picking up the pace when you start to feel tired. So my third run of the week is going to be on Thursday, and my third run of the week is going to be an interval or a hill session. So I've heard that the route that I'm running for the North London Half is quite hilly. Somebody ran the same race last year and they said it's quite a hilly race. So I'm making sure that I'm getting some hill training in. So for interval training, the difference, say for example to my tempo run, is that the intervals are much shorter and it's more intense. So it's more like, for example, there's a hill quite near to my house, quite lucky, which is kind of 400 meters, I'd say. Maybe it's not that far. It feels like it's about a mile, but I think it's about 400 meters. So basically I will run up the hill. I will almost sprint, like working at a 9.5, literally as fast as I can. and then when I get to the top, literally have about 60 seconds just panting, trying to get my breath back, recovery, and then 60 seconds to walk back to the start. So I run, the run is about 60 seconds, and then 60 seconds recovery, 60 seconds walk back, and I repeat that. So the first interval session, I might repeat it 4 times, and then next time I'll repeat it 5, 6, 7, and just increasing it. And trying to stick to that recovery rate as well is quite difficult, especially if you're doing it on your own. You're kind of tired, you think, oh God, have another minute rest. It's much better to do an interval session or a hill session with a friend. So definitely grab a friend and like rope them in. They probably won't appreciate it after they've done the first 2. But yeah, get someone else involved, and then you can kind of be strict with yourself, be strict with each other, make sure you stick to that 1 minute recovery, 1 minute walk back, ready to go again. So I really recommend doing hill training and interval training, just because, to be honest, most races that you do, even if it's a relatively flat course, having done that interval training will really help your stamina. It's going to help build up your endurance, help the strength in your legs. So yeah, let me know how you get on with that, because the hill training is really tough. So those are the 3 types of run that I'm gonna do. And let's be honest, sometimes life gets in the way and something happens on the day and you can't run that day. Don't panic, it's not like the end of the world. However, personally, I'm really gonna try and stick to it as much as I can. And then if something happens and I do miss a run, as opposed to just completely skipping it, I'm gonna try and tag it on somewhere else, so Friday or Saturday, to try and make up for it, because I just don't wanna get to the race day and feel like I haven't done enough preparation, and it'd just be so painful to run half a marathon without training properly. So yeah, so really try to stick to it, really try to commit to it. And just make sure that you prioritize it. If it's something that you want to do for yourself, think about how much time you spend doing things for other people, work commitments, kids, whatever it is, and actually make this like race training something for yourself. Prioritize it, focus on it, put it up on the calendar so everybody in your house knows that day I'm running. Don't ask me to do that, don't ask me to take you here, do that, I am running that day. Also, a really good motivational tool is to get someone to sign up to do a race with you. Training on your own, you know, it can be good. Sometimes people like to have some time on their own headspace, but I'm quite a social person. I like to train with other people. So get someone else to sign up to the race with you, and then you're also committing to each other that you're gonna help each other train and just, yeah, be there for each other on the day. So one more point that I should have made is basically the long run, I'm gonna up the miles each week from weeks 1 to 8. And then on week 9, I'm actually kind of having a bit of a rest. So the week before your race, if for example, you're doing 10 weeks training, if you're doing 12 weeks or 14 weeks or whatever, you can adjust it. But the week before, you kind of want to give yourself a bit of a rest week, rest your legs. By that point, you've done enough work, you've done enough training that you know you can have a week to kind of just recover a bit, have a bit of a rest, and make sure that you're ready for the race day. So don't kind of be tempted the week before or even a few days before to kind of think, oh no, I haven't trained enough, and like go out and tire yourself out, because you really don't want to be tired at the start line on the race day. I've signed up to the North London Half Marathon, which is happening in March, and the finish line is actually in Wembley Stadium, so that's really cool. So let me know, leave a comment below if you have also signed up to that race. If not, I'll leave a link below to the official site so you can click there and sign up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, if you found this useful, please click the like button and leave me a comment below. As I said at the beginning, I am brand new to YouTube, so I'm going to be posting lots more videos, workouts, motivation, events that are happening in London, running guides, etc. So yeah, I'll see you again soon. I don't think I stopped for breath in that entire video. I think I just like spoke in one breath, like a monologue. I'll slow down and speak a bit slower next time.